Yo, yo, yo.
There you go.
Mic check. Dang it. I don't ever get a microphone in front of my hand, so I'm about to get obnoxious with it.
Should we just let you freestyle right
Hey,
now?
yo.
No, Brandon, I guess...
If you had one shot, one opportunity.
Well, Brandon, obviously good spirits right now. I was going to ask you kind of, these last two fights, what the run's been like, right? I mean, you were on top of the world, it seemed like, future champ, it's in the bag, and then a couple of setbacks, the injury.
Yeah.
What's it been like for you?
It's just, I feel like a lot of long overdue life lessons has kind of been coming along with that. It's just like, just chalking up as like, I don't know, man. Like it sucked too, by the way. Like it was horrible. I hate losing. I hate losing in a jiu-jitsu fashion more than anything. I will never be able to forgive myself for that part. But it's just, I had to make some adjustments. I had to grow as a person and I had to grow as a fighter. And I think they all go hand in hand together. And just learning these little life lessons and then taking a little bit of note from all of it and just trying to grow as a fighter and then mainly as a person too.
Yeah. That's interesting. So, like, if somebody knocked you cold, that'd be one thing, but when they submit you, like, that sticks with you a little bit?
Yeah. It's because, like, man, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I've carried jiu-jitsu with such pride, and, like, even when I was, like, in high school, I was talking shit to all the wrestler kids. I'm like, who cares? I'll choke you out. It doesn't fucking matter, Like, wrestle all you want, grab my leg. I don't care. You're going to get put to sleep, So I've just carried jiu-jitsu with such pride, and I love that sport so much. And I feel like jiu-jitsu has been, like, really one of the main reasons I've gotten by is I get taken down a lot of my fights, and it's like, okay, I can sub this dude. So it's like, okay, that leads to early win, or that leads to me getting out of here, or that leads to me doing interviews with you guys. You know what I'm saying? And anytime I let that sport down or any of that down, man, it like really hurt my heart.
So health now, right? Obviously, you had some injuries to work through, surgery to deal with. I mean, I guess nobody's ever at 100% going into a fight, but where do you stand in your health-wise?
Yeah, definitely way better than I was even in that Pantoja fight. I kind of felt a little bit about that too. Is like I may have rushed that comeback because the shoulder surgery 6 months when you're out. Like it takes 6 months to recover technically, and I think at the 7th mark, or the 6.5 month mark is when I fought Pantoja. So it was like, I don't know. I wanted the matchup. I wanted the opportunity, and I still like no regrets. I learned a lot from that fight, but it's just like I definitely rushed a little too hard into that fight. I remember even when we took the fight, I was telling my coach, I'm like, bro, I'm throwing these punches one hand. Like I only had one hand. I was in a sling still, so I was like, we're taking this fight. I'm like, I know we're confident, but like, I don't know. I had a lot of second guesses early on into that camp of that fight, and then I felt good. I felt good against Pantoja, but it was just like. It's nice to be in full health. I trust my shoulder. I can dig an underhook confidently without being scared of it. And it's like, I've had 7 or 8 months or whatever it is to just ever since I was cleared is just to work on getting my rotation back, getting like my full movement back, and building the strength up. And now I can kind of finally trust my shoulder a little bit.
Do you think that was maybe just like from the early success you had that you just felt like I can do anything? Like I know they say it's 6 months, but not me.
Yeah. That's what I think. I was quoted on here saying, "What's that, Vinny Pazienza?" Where he's like, "You don't know how strong I am, dog." And so now I just feel like, I mean, like whatever. I got choked. It doesn't matter. Like fucking, I know I could have won that fight even then. But like I just made mistakes, and like what I made wasn't a shoulder mistake. It was a mental lapse, and. I don't know, man. As much as I would like to chalk it up to that, and be like, yeah, it was mainly the injury, Like with the Moreno fight, I can do that. I'm like, my shoulder fucking popped out. I was gonna heel hook the dude, and then my shoulder pops out, and like it comes down to luck. Cause like I have no excuses for that fight, and I don't know, man. It just, it is what it is, I guess.
Is that one you need to get back at some point?
Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily need to get that fight back specifically, but I definitely want to just like, just show my worth out here, and I just want to make myself proud, and just like, I don't know, just never let that happen again.
All right, we'll talk about the matchup with Bontorin. What do you think about him as an opponent and how you guys match up?
Yeah, Bontorin's dangerous everywhere. He hits hard. He's a good striker. He has a lot of kickboxing and boxing experience, and he's obviously a black belt in jiu-jitsu. So I like him. I just think that I like his style, and I like all that. I just think that I can capitalize on him. I think I'm a better striker. I think my jiu-jitsu is sharper. I think it's more dangerous, and I think same thing with my striking is I'm a more dangerous striker than him. I have way more tools in my toolbox that I can kind of lean on compared to him.
Have there been any discussions like, hey, maybe we should take less chances or fight less frantically?
Literally all I've been doing this last camp is just like, Frantic's good, and like Frantic will win me. Like Frantic got me here, being a crazy person and just going forward got me here, and it got me a win in that Kai Kara France fight, and maybe that Tim Elliott fight. I think he was more the frantic one in that fight, honestly, but it's got me some wins, but it's also caused a lot of my losses, and it also just like caused me getting hit a lot too. It's just like I think this whole camp's been a lot about working smarter, not harder, And that Pantoja fight, I was working my ass off. I definitely carried a heavy workload, but it was like, okay, now it's time to ease off the gas a little bit and then just work a little bit more smarter, and just hit cruise control and then find the right pace from there, And I always have that capability in this fight with Bontorin. Is like, okay, if worse comes to worse, I'm gonna go ballistic and I'm just gonna try to drown him with cardio and just throw everything and see what happens. But I also just have way more skills than that to just be doing that and just depending on my cardio.
Last thing for me, I guess. So the goal here? Is it really just get back in the win column, or is it get back in the win column and do something, that gets the attention of the world again and gets that hype behind you again?
Yeah. I mean, I am who I am. I'm going to go do something probably crazy for sure. And then my coach is going to be like, calm down. And I'm like, for sure. But it's just, for me, I want to go out there and press myself. I want to go out there and do what I know I'm capable of. I know what I can do. I know I can hang with all these guys. I know I could beat all these guys. And it's just like, now I have to go out there and prove it to myself, and I want to make myself proud. And the way I'm going to do that is not going out there and carry a heavy workload. I'm just going to go out there and be smart and just go fight a tactical fight. And when that brawler ghetto-ness needs to come out of me, I'm going to go put it to full force. But until then, I just want to be smart.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. So, I mean, you faced a top 10 opponent in every single one of your fights so far in the UFC, it's kind of a rare thing. It only happens, once in a while. I guess, was that expected when you signed with the UFC?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's the route I wanted to take because the first fight I had was Tim Elliott. So it was like, you obviously don't want to look down too much. You obviously want to just keep moving up. But yeah, I mean, I didn't expect to be here at this point. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect to be a top 5 fighter or even like that close, just 4 fights in and fighting. I fought in more title contention fights than I haven't, or just as much title contention fights as I've been in the UFC. I fought in 2 title contender fights, and I have 4 fights total. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of a lot to take in. And I remember like riding to that Pantoja, like for that Pantoja fight is like after weigh-ins, Dana's like, all right, this is a title contention fight. Whoever gets it is getting the next title fight. And I'm like, oh yeah, no pressure.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess when you sign, it's like, there's obviously not an easy fight in the UFC, but you jump right in and fight Tim Elliott. Like it's just kind of crazy, right?
Yeah. I mean, like that's obviously the dream. Is like at that point too. I feel like I was the lucky one in that situation, is because I have years and years to study Tim Elliott, and it's like I've got to watch his. I watched him fight in Titan, I remember watching him fight in Titan when he was out of the UFC for a little bit, and I feel like he had no homework on me. He had a week to prepare for me, and it was like, as much as you can't prepare for Tim Elliott, because you really cannot prepare for that guy. I didn't even still in that fight. Like I still would never want to be matched up with him again. But that being said, man, I had the advantage as in like I know exactly what he's gonna bring, which is complete chaos. But it's like he knows nothing about me, and I've had years of studying him.
For sure. Raw Dog. I mean, I think it's probably top 10 in best UFC in the...
My boy Harry Bush is fighting this week too, or whatever it is. I was like, damn, we're both on the same card. Like, this is getting canceled. This card's canceled.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. Where did that nickname come from?
That nickname came from a drunken fan in the audience. He was yelling, Brandon, raw dog him, and like after years, I was like this. That happened when I was an amateur, and years after that, they're like, yeah, Brandon, raw dog Royval, and we're like making jokes. I fought for a PFL or like whatever it was before then. I always forget. World Series. I fought for World Series, and I used the nickname just to see if they're gonna say it on TV, and I knocked the dude out, and I was like, I guess we're sticking with this nickname, and then once you have a nickname like Raw Dog, it doesn't really go away. So after that, like a couple fights with LFA, I was telling them, I'm like, hey, we got to drop this nickname, and Mike Kendall, the announcer from LFA, I swear leaned into it extra hard that time. He's like, Raw Dog. I was like, all right, I guess Raw Dog's sticking. You know what I mean. Not like that.
Fantastic. Then finally for me, Moreno and Figgy are fighting for that third time. I just wanted your thoughts on that fight and maybe a prediction.
Yeah, hopefully my thoughts is I predict Figgy's going to miss weight and your boy's going to be on ready to go, man, and then I'll take the W, and then I'm down to defend my belt against Askar, the winner of Askar and Kai France. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. That fight, man, that could go anywhere. Moreno won so decisively, it's hard to not go with him, but it's like you don't know what's pent up when you hear Figgy's like Figgy's excuses is like sometimes like you know excuses are just bullshit sometimes, but it's like fuck, man, who knows, man, maybe he was trying to start a business. He seems like he's taking this camp fucking seriously, and I know that it's going to be a lot closer than the last one was for sure.
What are your thoughts on him moving to fight ready?
Moving to fight ready, I mean this probably like I don't know like who he was training at the gym before or where he was in Brazil, but I mean training with at Fight Ready, and this is from like what I heard from like teams and friends, is that they get you very ready for a specific type of look and all that stuff. So I know that if he's fighting Moreno, they've done their homework on him, and I know Henry Cejudo knows a lot about him, and I know they have a lot of homework to kind of be dealt with him. So I expect him to be probably the best he's ever been, honestly.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right, have a good one, guys.